There we go.
Hey everybody, you're listening to We Still Like You, the embarrassing storytelling show. I'm Jesse Batend. So it's been a little over a week since the end of Game of Thrones, which means at least some of you heathens are desperately trying to fill a hole in your heart that demands blood. Of course, real life is also full of blood and backstabbing and struggles for control. So this week we have two stories of trying to attain or maintain social status. Later on in the show, comedian and mortified producer Annie Russell rules her friend group with an iron fist. But first, Steve Gerard tells this story of trying to claw his way to popularity. From Chicago, here's Steve Gerard.
I went to a West Frederick Middle School, and it was not a great school. It was actually like a castle, shadowy castle on top of a cliff, and there were like blackbirds, you know, that would circle around. It was like there was an ocean, shipwreck. Oh no, it was just kind of. No, I'm just that. It was just in a bad school district. Not a great middle school, and I went there as a lad in sixth grade. You know, it's popping off. You know, it's time to get fucking serious. Time to find out who I am. You know what I mean? And I had math class first period. That's the essential of the story. So a few weeks into sixth grade, I realized two things. One, I was in love with Trisha Butts, and that was her name. Her name was Trisha Butts. So beautiful, so beautiful. Almost, you know, it made sense that her last name was Butts. You know, it was like, yeah, you got to pay a little bit for that beauty. There's a ticket, okay? We're all paying some reaper, man. Anyway. So, and the second thing I realized is that there was really one thing you had to do to be cool, which was have Tommy Hilfiger gear. That's it. Right? Hey, shut up. Yeah, Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, that's right. So, you know, I'm from a poor rural farming family, you know, it's 80 brothers and miners. So I didn't have any of that, you know. So, yeah. So but I did have a big stupid cousin by the name of John Titherington, 5 years older than me. And I was like, man, I gotta get some of this fucking Tommy gear, man. I'm struggling here. I don't even have I had like knockoff Billabong shirts. They were actually fucking cool, but they were actually really cool. But he's like, I got you, man. He was a huge guy too, big man. And he's like, he sold me his old Tommy shirt, you know. And he ripped me off, too. I didn't care, though. I was like, I got the gear, you know? I had picked turnips for a whole summer. I spent all that money on the one shirt. But I didn't care, because I was like, I got the ticket. I'm about to walk through the fucking Golden Gates Bridge. And he's like... but the shirt was huge. I mean, it was like a nightie on me. And I was like, no one will notice. They'll just see that sweet logo. You know what I mean? So I go in math class, first period, and I take off my coat, and I got this huge fucking ridiculous shirt on. And Elise Wars in the back, she goes, hey, why are you wearing a dress? So I fucking, you know, sat down, cried at my desk. I had my binder up and tucked the shirt in, and there was so much shirt that like my pants were bulged. It was like I had a life preserver. So I, you know, around my waist, you know, and so that first attempt at being cool was a failure. And I realized I also realized these Tommy kids, you know, like. They have wardrobe. What was I thinking? One fucking ratty shirt? What, I'm going to wear it the next day and the day after that? No way, man. I was fucking lying to myself, okay? These kids had wardrobes full all right? They lived in Windsor Knolls. Anyway, so then I was like, all right, I've regrouped. And I did get a friend, one friend, Jeff Jones. Do you ever have one of these friends beat the shit out of you for no reason? But he just beat my ass out of nowhere. And then we would like draw together. We would like draw cartoons together. It was pretty good friend, honestly. But he'd get this look in his eye, and I'd be like, fuck, and beat the shit out of me. And and he'd be like, you want to draw? And I'd be like, yeah, of course. What else am I gonna do? So then I was like, oh, there is another way to be cool. And I noticed, I'm like, this Tommy thing, that's a fucking sailed ship. It ain't happening. But there were some kids who were like jockey, and I played soccer. So I was like, oh, the jocks are also that's like, they're not as cool as the Tommy kids, but they're cool. So I was like, all right, Christmas vacation is, coming up. I'm going to ask my mom. I'm going to get some new gear. I was like, I'm going to be a jock kid. Yes, that is what I'll do. So I was checking out, did you guys remember East Bay Sport catalogs? Anyone? So I get in. Oh, and also this was the 90s. So like colored jeans were really cool. Like Salt and Pepper. You guys remember those like green jeans and maroon jeans? Yeah? So I was like, all right, here's what I'll do. I'll get a new shirt, a jockey shirt. I'll get some fucking green jeans. Boom. New me. Right after Christmas, fucking New Year, bang, bang, bang. So I look through the East Bay Sports catalog and I find a shirt. And the shirt said, "It takes balls to play, Puma." Yes. Because that shirt would tell people two things. One, I'm a jock, Puma, I play soccer. And two, I'm fucking smart and funny. I begged my mom. She got me the shirt and the jeans. Best mom. So, Christmas vacation ends. I don't even care. I'm not sad because I'm going back to school, baby. I got my new shirt. And here's the thing. I was going to wear the shirt on Monday, wear the jeans on Thursday, because the shirt was going to open that door. I walked through in those jeans. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You all right? Anyway, so I go back, wearing a shirt, go in, math class, first period, Trisha Butts, over there, doesn't know my name, sitting over there, and I'm like, this is all about to change. I go and take off my coat. It takes balls to play. No one could really see it because I was sitting down. But then I was like, you know what? I'll get out. I'll prowl around after first period, right? Get out in the hallways, show these people what I got. So I go out, and in the hallways, not but 2 seconds later, Principal Krivos goes, "Hey, come here. You can't have that shirt on. You can't wear a shirt like that," because it was, sex or whatever. And he goes, "You got to go change into your gym uniform." And this was a weird thing about my middle school. Like, you had to, if you wore an inappropriate shirt, they made you change into your whole gym uniform, not just the shirt. And I think it was probably like a pedophile ring or something, but like, because why would you have to, the shorts too! Yeah, okay. So I'm walking around in my fucking gym, which isn't a good look, by the way. But it was okay because I had the colored jeans in my back pocket. Thursday's a new day, right? So I go in the colored jeans, and this is math class. I can't do math. I'm not a bright boy, and I was like, I gotta get up in front of the class here, show Trisha B what I got. So the teacher goes, "Who wants to come up and solve this problem?" I don't know what the problem is, but I go, "I'll do it." I go up there in my fucking bright green jeans, and I'm standing there, wiggling my ass a little bit, showing it to him. Showing them something that they're going to come to need. And from the back of the room, Elise Wars, "Damn, you got a big butt." I had left the tag on the back. And I did. I was a fat child. I did have a big butt. So she fucked me again. So I go back out into the hallway, and I go, this is just not going to happen for me. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'll be real quick. I'm gonna wrap it up. There's a happy ending here to this. My older brother, he started working at a golf course, so he had some cash in his pocket. And I go, you know what? I just need one clean outfit. I just need one good day. One good day. So my brother loans me a polo shirt and khakis. He brought me in. It was like a makeover thing. He goes, wear this. You'll be all right. It's a good brother. So I set the clothes out, right? The night before, I'm excited. I was trying them on. And we had these two terrible cats. They literally ran off into the woods. You know, your parents would be like, they went to a farm, but they ran away into the woods, these cats. Anyway, so the next day I'm on the bus in my new outfit, ready to rock. What is that? Fucking cats pissed all over the goddamn khakis and the polo. So I get to school, I change back into my fucking gym uniform. And I just want to say that I'm still friends with Trisha Butts on Facebook. And she did get married to a man with the last name, his last name was Penises, which was strange. Thank you guys. I guess, thank you. You like me still?
Comedian Steve Gerard. Coming up, Annie Russell crushes her enemies. Growing up, Annie was one of those future leader types, really into Model UN and mock trial. She was also super popular and protected her position as the center of her friend group. So when a new girl shows up at school, Annie knows that she's got to crush the invaders before they become a threat to her reign. From Chicago, comedian and mortified producer Annie Russell.
So I'm going to bring us back, if I can, to 1998. Were you guys there? Yeah. So 1998 is when I was in 8th grade. And 8th grade was a really tricky time for a lot of us. I saw a movie about it recently, so I learned that it was hard for some people. And it was a little bit strange for me because as an 8th grade girl, I somehow had the confidence of just a mediocre white dude in his 20s. Like, I don't know how it happened, but I didn't have a lot of experience with anything, but I was pretty sure I was good at everything. You know what I mean? So that was me. And I was able to keep a handle on this more or less, at school and with my friends and stuff like that. But nowhere was this more clear than the insane diary that I meticulously kept, pretty much detailing all of my thoughts and feelings about everyone. And so I'm going to read a very short excerpt to start, just to give you guys a sense of it, okay? And so this is... this is early 1998. Hey, it's me. Wow. What a crazy week / month / school year it's been. I don't know what that means. I have been so busy. Sometimes it's hard to believe how popular I really am. I have been invited to so many birthday parties this month. Jenna, Christina, Jess H, Jess S, Denise, the list goes on. Not that I'm surprised. Oh, also, my relationship with Brian is getting really serious. We kissed on the bus 22 times this week. Brian has been keeping track. That was true. It's crazy how many sports he plays. We have been keeping track of who likes who in the quote-unquote group. See diagram below. And I do have a diagram. All you need to know about this is that, a single arrow means the crush is unrequited. A double arrow indicates that both people like each other. And I did some digging on Facebook recently. Mike A. and Alicia liked each other then, and they're married now, you guys. That's really cute. What's not cute is what I wrote right under the diagram. As you can see, nobody likes Erica because she is a slut. Yeah, it's not great, guys. Gets worse from here. Okay, I need to start studying for my underline 3 times honors English test. More later, Annie. P.S. If you're reading this, I hate you, Mom. Yeah. All right, so this is me. This is who I am in 8th grade, okay? I am achievement obsessed. I rule my friend group with an iron fist. I am what I can only describe as a Machiavellian mean girl. It is bad. And this culminates in a group that I'm part of at school, which is vaguely and meaningless, called Leadership. That is what it's named. And it's basically just a precursor for, people getting students interested in student government and mock trial and all of the things that we're supposed to have for our citizens. So I'm part of this group. And the big perk of this is you get to go on a trip to Washington, D.C. At the end of the year. And this is basically what I'm living for this particular time. And on that trip to Washington, D.C. is where I did the worst thing I think I've ever done to another person. And I have a diary entry about it if you guys want to hear it. Okay. So this is April of 1998. I'm about to turn 14, just for reference. Hey, it's me. Well, it finally happened. The trip I have been waiting for all year. I realized I was looking forward to going to the nation's capital even more than my birthday this year. I know it's silly. But think about it. Museums, a baseball game, a mock trial demonstration, and a cruise on the last night with everyone. I had so much fun. I'll be the first to admit the trip got off to a rocky start. We were supposed to have the best room ever. AJKL, Annie, Jenna, Karen, Lisa, forever. But Karen backed out of the trip for a gymnastics competition. Whatever. That meant we were stuck with Jackie Lloyd. It occurs to me maybe using her entire real full name is probably not the best right now. Okay, well, here we are. I, of course, was nice to Jackie at first. She is new at school, after all. But she kept crossing the line. She thinks she's so cool because she is from Mamaroneck. Just to clarify, the reason why we all thought that was cool was because there was an ice skating rink in Mamaroneck. She kept talking about being on the skating team, and Lisa was so obsessed with it. I allowed it for a while. But then they kept laughing at her jokes, and nobody was listening to the good points I was making about the Vietnam War. I am interested in learning more about Gerald Ford's presidency. Anyway, Jackie wouldn't stop. She kept joking about dumb things. She didn't even care about mock trial. She was talking the whole time, and I, on the other hand, did really well. And at this point, my writing is getting really erratic, and you can just tell that I am just seething at this point. I am so angry. I, on the other hand, did really well. I cannot wait to serve on a jury. I was so mad and also jealous because Jackie was getting all the attention, but I knew I could not show it. I am not willing to put my popularity at risk by looking like a baby. Chilling. Let's see. But still, I knew I had to do something. I asked Jenna if she thought Jackie was being annoying. She said, "No, Jackie's so funny." I let it drop. Later that night in our hotel, Jackie was at it again. And as far as I can tell, it is just having fun and being normal. Like, that's all that's happening. Nobody was paying attention to me or our itinerary for the next day. I laughed along with everyone else, but silently I made a plan. The following morning, we were heading to another museum. I got up early and looked for Miss Maloney, who was my 8th grade history teacher and who I sucked up to relentlessly. As you know, she loves me. I told her that Jackie was being inappropriate and not taking the trip seriously. I made up a lie that Lisa was the one who got upset, but she was too shy to speak up. That part is true. Lisa is shy. Miss Maloney bought the whole thing. I pretended I was very concerned for the group. And so at this point, I am going to just take a little bit of a shift to another document that I have. This, as far as I can tell, is a scrapbook that I made for extra credit, and I handed in to my teacher. Now, I wish that there wasn't a floor plan of the Holocaust Museum with no explanation whatsoever, but there is. And a bunch of other things, just mementos from the trip. But part of what I did was I wrote what I learned on this trip. So I'm just going to read to you guys what I told my teacher I learned on this trip. One of the things I learned is the importance of standing up for what is right. Learning of all the Americans who fought for what they believe in made me realize it's easy to go with the crowd, but it's better to do the right thing. It wasn't easy to see Jackie go home early from the trip, but the rest of the group was able to focus and learn. I will always remember this lesson from the leadership trip. Now, I want you guys to see if you can detect the slight change in tone as we go back to my diary. Ha 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 ha. Victory is mine. Jackie had to leave early and she was so embarrassed. Guess what? After she was gone, I had a blast. The cruise was so fun. Just me being the center of attention, laughing, dancing. The best part was I asked Miss Maloney to keep our conversation private so nobody even knew it was me. That's not true. Everyone knew it was me. When the teachers called home, her parents were so mad they drove to DC to pick her up. Jackie will never be a leader. More later, Annie. Okay, so here's what I'll say. I would like to tell you guys that I thought about this a lot over the years, and I felt really bad about it, and I apologized to Jackie. I didn't do that. I mostly forgot about Jackie because we went to different high schools, and we didn't run in the same circles. At least that's what I thought. Until 2 years ago when one of my ex-boyfriends from high school wanted to get coffee with me when I was back in my hometown. And we're having coffee. Things are going fine for about, 10, 15 minutes when he said, Annie, I don't know if you remember my ex-wife from middle school, but she sure remembers you. And that's my story. Thank you, guys.
I was curious. Did a conversation continue about her remembering you?
Yeah, in fact, there's actually another tidbit I didn't get to where she really had no opportunity to forget me because Caleb, my ex-boyfriend's mom, had a photo of me up in her kitchen for years after we broke up. And so every time she would visit, she would have to look at my face.
Comedian Annie Russell. If you don't already know about Mortified, it's a really cool show where adults read embarrassing or cringy things that they wrote as children. It is a TV show on Netflix. It's also a podcast, and it's a live show that you can go see. So if you haven't already checked it out in all of its forms, highly recommend you do that, and make sure to catch it when it comes to your city. And that does it for this episode of We Still Like You. If you enjoyed today's show, do us a favor and tell someone about it. You'll never know how much it actually helps. If you really want to do us a solid, sign up to support the show on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/We Still Like You. A couple of bucks a month will keep the roof over our heads and get you something cool. If you want to tell a story at one of our live shows, check out the submission page. You can find that at WeStillLikeYou.com. We're on Facebook at We Still Like You. We tweet at We Still Like You. I'm Jesse Batend, and as always, thanks for being your terrible selves.